Well, it's long been known that antibodies are a part of the body's naturally occurring immune system that helps prevent infections or treat infections or recover from infections, especially virus infections. And increasingly with threats of pandemics like bird flu and Ebola, chikungunya, various diseases that come from nature into people and cause outbreaks, the U.S. government's been interested to fund new research into how to prevent and treat these infections. And so we embarked on a study to use blood cells, part of the immune system from people who had recovered from infection called chikungunya virus infection, and to use those blood cells as a source to discover an antibody that we could use like a drug. Well, we identified survivors who had recovered and were now healthy from the infection, which typically causes a chronic joint infection that's very debilitating. So these donors gave us blood samples that contained white blood cells, and we looked like a needle in a haystack to find a white blood cell that was specific for chikungunya. And we made a lot of these cell lines, and from those we obtained the genes, and the genes encode the protein called the antibody. And we remade this antibody in the lab like a drug and tested it for its ability to inhibit the virus. And we found some very active antibodies that in the laboratory looked like they would prevent the infection or treat it. So then we went on to test that idea in small animals and even larger animals to see if we could treat or prevent the infection. Now the challenge is antibodies are quite expensive and they take a long time to develop as cell lines, sometimes as long as 2 years. And these epidemics happen very fast, and two years is too slow. So in this project we were trying to develop a strategy for moving very, very fast. So we did the antibody discovery very quickly, and then we worked with a partner company called Moderna in Boston, and they converted our antibody genes into a molecule called RNA. And then instead of manufacturing the drug in a factory, in a bioreactor, we put the RNA directly into animals and used the animals as the factory to make the antibody. And it's very, very quick, and it appeared to be very, very effective and generate a lot of excitement about this new type of drug. Well, the company Moderna right now is studying this particular antibody in human beings, and they're going very slowly so they can be safe. So they administered a low dose, and they've just announced they've escalated to the second dose. So the idea is to start low and increase the dose slowly to a level in which we think it would be effective, and meanwhile measuring the levels of antibody that result. And so we'll know this year whether it's safe and has promise. Typically, these safety trials, the subjects are followed out for quite a while, about 13 months in this case. So I think we need to go slow in order to be safe. But it's just amazing that we've even gotten this far to try to use this exciting new technology in people.